Hi, this is Self Discovery Support, and this is going to be your collective general message. Now, today's focus is on what's coming up next in love. So, we're using the today we're using the Dreamscape Lenormand deck and Anne's Lenormand deck. Yep. So let's get started. Let's see what's here, and of course, do take this only if it resonates, as this is a general message. All right, so let's go. All right, so we have the clouds, the ship, the lilies, the coffin, and the fox, and the path. And in hidden energy, we have the tree. Now, I know a lot of you are used to my tarot readings, and so none of this will make sense to you. Like, what is this? But I've shifted a little bit to the Lenormand because I think it gives like really quick, sharp, clear messages, and I wanted to give more of that, especially as I'm doing the collective readings. All right, so now you have the tree with the rider. Now, what this seems to me is that there's a period of like better, like a more healthy type of relationship coming in, especially after seeing what's here. You know, some of you could have been having real trials in your situations with the bear and the cross. This is like dealing with controlling energies, dealing with a lot of burdens when it comes to this. Like, and even with the book here, there's something about secrets and things that people need to open up about things. So that feels like coming from a really tense, could verge on the toxic kind of situation. But so now it feels like with the clouds, you're probably unsure of what direction you need to take right now with the clouds and the path. Here, it just feels like now that you've gone through something, you do know that you want to have like a better relationship history in general. You know, like you want to shift things around, but what do you do? And maybe for some of you, you do have someone in mind, but it's like, how do I make my way to this person? It does feel like with the ship here that, and the coffin, that any advances that were there, you know, it seemed to have ended. So some of you might have been going through, particularly now, with some kind of separation, and maybe that's this cross energy. It's like, I think for some of you, it's wanting to reapproach somebody in a new energy. So maybe you know that the situation had difficulties, but now it's like things have shifted, and maybe you're wanting to reapproach. And for some of you, you're actually wanting to have new, although I don't see new here, but it just feels like going towards something that is more grounded and stable. And maybe that's, for some of you, it's realizing it's not with this person. And so some of you are actually leaving behind something and going in a new direction. All right. So at this point, it kind of feels like because you're uncertain, you don't have a clear idea of what choice to make. There's also something here about choices. Then right now you're kind of almost like squashing your advances, like that makes sense, because until you make up your mind, like where you want to head, who you want to choose, what you want to do with this connection, if you're rebuilding or even approaching someone new, then it's always best to figure it out for yourself. With the lilies and the fox here, I think that for some of you there's a little bit of a strategy that you're forming. So I don't know why I feel like this is a very, like, this reading belongs to like a lot of the masculine energy in the collective, but it feels like you're wanting to figure out, like, how do I get this back on the long term? How do I get this into a point where there's like commitment is on the table? And also for some of you as well, there's something here about being more, I guess, seductive in a way. There's a, like, how can I be more flirty and have that be a way to kind of open the door, open the pathway for you to be able to kind of rebuild in a way. Now let me just look at this. What's this ending? What's this coffin? Okay, and what's this fox? All right, so for some of you, you know what I love to see here is that there's a kind of reckoning of what you needed to do. So actually for some of you pause this situation because I think you feel like you needed to take a break to heal, to kind of reconnect with yourself, and I think that's always good energy. For this fox energy here, some of you are actually realizing that in order to have more closeness, more longevity in your connection, you actually need to release a little bit of the kind of holding everything inside, maybe pre-planning, strategizing, thinking what you need to do to, make this. And I know that that's sometimes an anxious response because you're concerned, what do I do to make this better? But the secret is here. Actually, the letter is you need to be open with this person, even if you are afraid. I think some of you are a little bit afraid that this person might not receive you, the person on your mind. Now, you can flip the energies, of course, because this is a very general, open reading. So let's get, what is the advice here? Right, so we have the lilies on top of the lilies again. So it's like reaffirming what's actually here is, in order to have a relationship become quite strong, here's your person right in the middle. There needs to be, I think, in order for you to have a, first of all, if you need to have a long-term committed relationship, you have to choose the person that is like-minded. That's it. I know it seems like a simple thing to say, but you actually do have to choose someone that also is interested in commitment, also is interested in relationships, and somebody that you think can go the long term in terms of commitments. That's one thing. The other thing here is, I think your person might not be as harsh as you think they might be, because this person does seem to have relationship on their mind, maybe wanting to connect. So I think it actually is a good time to talk to somebody here, especially if it's somebody that there was an ending with. All right, so this is what I have for you all. Wishing you all the best, and that's what's upcoming. Take care.